Hi, my name is Richard Jasmin. I'm the director of the Hanson Highway Department. We're here to take a tour of our facility and why it is almost necessity to replace and rebuild a new facility. We're going to start in our office space, our administrative and director's office, and we'll work around the facility from there. Right, so we are now in the administrative assistant's office. So what she does is handle all residential calls. We're very limited for space here. As you can see, there's files everywhere. This is the access point for residents. Not too roomy, not too welcoming, unfortunately, as well as other physical issues. If you look up at the AC unit, we pull air from our garage, which means we're pulling exhaust and dirt into this office, which is not ideal. There are other spots, other vents up top that do leak during rainstorms, but overall, there's just a lack of space. So now we're moving into my office, the director, as well as the supervisor's office. This is a shared space for the both of us. Again, very small, even smaller than the office that we were previously in. There's two people in here. Again, not a lot of file storage space here. It's very hard to take calls with two of us talking at the same time, as well as just the physical disrepair that this aging building is in. Another thing before we go into my staff's break room is this building is not rated for all of our electronics. We have surge protectors on every outlet because of this reason. If we take those off, we will lose electricity in this entire building. Well, let's move into the break room. So in the break room, it works, but it's very dated. Everything you see in this room was either donated or we've salvaged to save money. Everything here we have not purchased out of our funding. Again, very run down. The water barely works in our system here, in our sink. Next, we will move into the garage and the guy's locker room. So we are in the main garage area of this building. All three doors in here are only 12 feet tall. This means that anything with 6 wheels or larger will not fit in this building. Of course, we have our new skid steer under cover because we don't want to get that damaged. But I'd like to point out first thing, this is my guy's locker room. The employees, the staff have lockers in the garage. There's no actual space for them, which is not great. Breathing in fumes all day, every day. There's really nowhere for them to go. A little bit further down the wall to the left here is their makeshift break area. Again, with salvaged truck chairs and donated chairs from people. If we keep walking through this bay, you can look at the floor. It's aged. This floor is 75 years old, roughly. There's pitting, anything, and with us bringing these trucks in covered in salt and concrete don't mix. Over time, as much as we try to maintain these, they will start to erode even more. Going from floor to ceiling, the ceiling is completely unrepairable. There's a hefty price tag, but the entire ceiling or roof of this building needs to be replaced this year, if not next. We'll keep going in a circle here. There's a couple more vehicles. We try to keep our newer vehicles in here just to stay out of the elements. But again, there's no space. I have 4 more of these size vehicles that don't fit in here that are outside on the road right now. Again, lack of wall space. Over here is our makeshift sign shop. Again, lack of space. We try to keep it organized as best we can, but when it comes to inventorying, it takes a little bit longer because we're not sure what we have in here. Moving on. This doorway holds our furnace, which is tightly packed, as well as our tools, all hand tools, rakes, shovels, picks, anything that we need for hand tools is stored in here as well. Not ideal, but again, we have no space. Right above you is more makeshift storage that the staff has created. We've built these kind of bays above here to keep lightweight items just up and out of the way. Continuing, again, lack of storage. We have it up here near all the ducts where all the vents are. Those are our toiletry products. There's no actual space to hold those. If we move into the tool closet, again, no shocker, lack of space. We're doing what we can. We're keeping it as organized as we can, but the more tools, the more replacement parts we have, the tighter it seems to get here. We can't fit a full-size toolbox in here. We have a toolbox from Lowe's that really doesn't do the job that we need it to do. Electric, like everything else, very limited. We have lights that do not work anymore. Everything's dated and comes with a price to fix. If we move into the smaller section of this building, this is the only door that we have in this building that's tall enough to fit our larger vehicles. Usually parked in here is our front end loader. That's the one we want to keep out of the elements the most. It's the workhorse of the department. During the winter, we have our perma patch, our patch that we will take care of some potholes during the winter with. That gets put inside as well. Right here, you can see there's a mess. There's some tiles that are ripped up. Just not ideal for a storage plan. Continuing on, around the corner here, again, a little more storage, some lockers. This area is mainly for office supplies. So you'll see the boxes, old records, stacks of paper. Again, when we first started, there's no room for us to store any of this. And further on down is the plan room that was made by the staff here. What you were just looking at again is the map room, very cramped, man-made. As you can tell, it's not just for plans and mapping anymore. It's become more of a closet as well. We're looking to expand that so we can have first-hand plans for everything in this town. So now we're in our mechanics bay. The one positive about this building is it has doors that can fit our larger equipment in. The negative about these doors is they're still steel. They're all very damaged, rotted. They all pretty much need to be replaced, which is not ideal. Moving down this little cramped space here, we have the restroom, normal restroom, except for the water damage that we are taking continuously. The tiles are falling through. Window is not weather tight as well. Continuing further down, we have our maintenance mechanic, our mechanic's office. Again, size-wise, this is not a problem, but the age of this and, you know, leaking is causing the issues here. What we have done to kind of clean up the clutter and chaos is we've added storage space for our bolts, nuts. This is new this year. It just keeps everything in one place, so we're not running around finding our tools. Moving down here. So if you look down to the right here, this is where all our consumables are. Oil, windshield wiper fluid. Again, no storage space, so we have 55-gallon drums just kind of shoved into a corner, as well as our waste oil tank. There's no rhyme or reason why it should be like this, but we have no other space for it. Continuing down. So now we're in the end of the actual garage. We have our one lift here. The problem with this lift is it can only lift, if you know, F350 or lower. This cannot pick up our larger machines to be worked on. That still has to be subbed out, which costs money. Man-made table, workbench for the mechanic. It gets the job done, but it's seen a good amount of years. This is the mechanic storage area. From, again, floor to ceiling, there is equipment, there are tools and everything. There's no space for anything here. We've maximized the room that's in here. With this, as far as the whole garage, if you look, the insulation is falling off the walls. You can see daylight through portions of this building, as well as the entire roof is leaking as well. The damage is evident with the tiles collapsing in on us. We're going to go outside now and take a look at our salt shed. So what we're looking at now is our salt shed. It's 50 years old roughly. The one thing I want to note is the damage that we've taken on the roof, and you can see 3 or 4 spots. However, this has been damaged over and over again. You can tell the different color of the sheeting. We just replaced that, as well as a few of the soffits this year due to the wind from the blizzard. Again, so coming to the front of it, you can see just years of wear and tear. We've started to replace small sections. You will notice as you pan around this that the newer plywood, the newer pieces of timber that we have replaced, but we can't fully refinish this. Now we're in the front of the salt shed for an even better look. As much as we replace, salt does not do any benefit to any structure. So you can look at our main timbers here that is the actual building that is slowly being decayed by the salt that is up there. If you look up in the rafters, you will start to notice the longer you look where the fractures are in those. And again, these rafters hold the roof up, so too many of them is not a good thing. The panning to the left, you'll see the plywood, like I mentioned before, that we have replaced in the past few years. So coming out of the salt shed, this is the first thing you'll notice as we go to our last building here, is this retaining wall is got a slight lean to it. The reason this is here is because we have a drain directly outside of our salt shed. In recent years, there are now regulations. This is not a good thing to have outside of a salt shed, hence the retaining wall, which you can tell the salt has started to deteriorate, making it lean. So this will need to be replaced in the near future. Leading over to the last covered building, there's very little I have to explain here just by looking at it. It's the same year as our garage, except these beams are exposed to the elements. You'll look around this entire building and see just how bad of shape it is. Everything is rotting off this building. There were bay doors, wood bay doors in all of these holes that have since rotted and gone away. If you look a little closer at all these beams that are actually holding this building up, there's holes in the structure. You can clearly tell that this structure is now starting to fall in on itself. You can see the metal I-beam leaning into the building because there's nothing to hold it on its foundation. We have this building because we still need the cover. We need to keep as much as we can out of the elements. As old and used as this building is, it still has a purpose. This will hold our sand and all of our plows all winter long. If we lose this building, which we will in the very near future, all of that now goes outside, which means sand will be washed away. It's just dollars running down the drain, essentially. Now let's head up to the old police station. The police have moved some 20 years ago, but in front of our whole facility, the old building still stands, and we would like to propose to renovate that for our office space for the highway department. So up front, in front of our building, is the old police department. Now this is the back of the building, but it's the only access point we have right now. So when we come in here, you're gonna see the old Sally Port, the jail, if you will, of the old police department. Down here, we keep all of our lawn mowers, our lawn equipment, field maintenance, equipment like that. Of course, we're just coming out of the winter, so we have none of that on site. It's in cold storage right now. But even with the mowers not here, you can tell in these jail cells, if you will, just how cramped it is with all of our road maintenance materials on this side. Again, here, you cannot walk in here with all 5 mowers, our paint machine in this building. Very hazardous to have this kind of equipment this close together. Moving up, we'll go up the stairs to the main area of the old police department that we're proposing to be the new office space for the highway department. So now we're at the top floor of the old police department. Keep in mind, you will see some athletic equipment in here. There is a plan to move them into their own building with this proposal. We're not kicking anybody out on the street. We care about our sports, our youth in this town, so that's the last thing we want to do. But if we start left, this is the old dispatch kind of office center. So this is where my administrative assistant will be. If you kind of put on your imagination hat, this will all change. I don't think we need bulletproof glass for most issues at the department, but this will all change. There will be a nice facade, a storefront facade. It's going to be more inviting for the residents. It's going to be easier for you to know where to go if you have a problem with our department. And now moving left out of that office. So if you're looking at the building from the front, this will be the right side. Again, a lot of damage, interior damage, a lot of water has gotten into this building. We would love to renovate and save this building. If you look at the door, not weather tight. The windows, some are not weather tight. You can tell that there's been something living on the old printer right there to your left. But this, but this space is going to essentially be expanded, widened. This is going to be a new training and facility. There'll be a map room will take the place of this area over here, that door, and then behind this door will be the director's office. Unfortunately, because of privacy with the departments, the sports people, most doors are locked in here, but again, put on your imagination cap, and this is going to be my office, a training center, and the map room on this side. We'll move to the front access where you, the residents, will actually come into this building. Like I said, this is all going to be renovated. There'll be a nice storefront for you to approach. You'll know exactly where you are. It'll be labeled big and bright highway department. This will all change, be more inviting for the residents. Moving into the now left side of this building, this will be a common area for all management. There will be a kitchenette, a break room for us to utilize. This is most likely going to end up being, for lack of better terms, the war room. If we have issues that involve snow and ice, any kind of weather conditions, my team here at the Highway Department, Fire, Police, we would love to have them meet here at this facility. Going left again, the doors are mostly locked here, but this side of the office will have 3 offices. We are going to house the larger office in the front for our IT, our new IT director. There's a couple bathrooms here, and then we'll have 2 other offices, one for my supervisor and an empty office if there ever is someone that needs a home. Continuing, now we're at the back end of this large break space. There's a proposed kitchenette that will go here for a break room. And we're back at the beginning where we came up. This concludes the tour of our Hanson Highway Department. I'm standing in front of the whole entire property, old police station included. This is going to be a brand new building essentially, suitable for all day-to-day and emergency activities. If you look past me again, you'll see our 4 buildings, the white and the 3 tops of the back buildings. This is all going to go away. There'll be one larger facility building taking its place. This building is going to be up to code, safer, give the guys what they deserve, an actual break room and locker room, as well as make the department more logistically sound. If we have our stuff in a row, we can get out and fill potholes, take branches down, do everything the residents need us to do in a more timely manner. On top of that larger building, we are going to get a new salt shed in the back left corner of this property. Everything is new. We're looking to do it at a more or less a discounted rate. We don't want the taxpayers to feel this at all. We'd like to thank you for tuning in here. If there's any other questions, if these videos don't do it justice, more information will be to follow on the town website. Thank you.